We all have swing crushes on the PGA Tour, but low-key, I think Steph Curry might be my celebrity swing crush. Let's take a look at what makes his swing so good. First, let's take a look at his takeaway here. We get to arm parallel here, P3, and you can see not a lot of hip sway away from the target. A good load into his backside. You see a lot of amateurs and celebrity golfers sway away from their target, getting outside of those lines there quite a bit, which really sets you up for a lot of fat iron shots and pop-up drivers. But he turns into his backside really well. This is something that a lot of amateurs can learn and take a look at their own swing is, are you staying inside those lines? Are you turning or are you swaying? Now, if we continue to the top of his backswing, you can see that load into his backside continues. Really, really good here. Now, the one thing as he gets into recentering, the timing is a little bit off. So if I was to be critical, I would say that he can recenter a little bit sooner. Now you can see he recenters right about there. He's into his lead side. And you can see the shaft is at a 45-degree angle roughly. Better timing would be to recenter at the very top before he starts his downswing. So if his weight was into his front side at about this position, and then he started his downswing, his sequencing is going to be a lot better, and the timing will provide more consistent ball striking as well as distance. One thing I do really like at the top here is his separation. You can see his hips and his shoulders. Some people call it disassociation. You can see the separation there. That's going to use his core to deliver the club head, which provides a lot of club head speed, but also stability. So you're not swinging with your arms, you're swinging with your core. Now let's tick into the downswing here. And if we get back to arm parallel, you can see his right elbow is tucked in nice. And between using his core and this right elbow, you know that he's swinging inside to out, and he's not swinging outside to in as a lot of celebrity amateurs do, which creates that slice. He's got a nice in-out swing path, which is why his handicap is as low as it is, and also why he hits the ball pretty darn far. Now let's creep into shaft parallel. And if we do that right here, you can see I really like his hands within the width of his body. You can see his left hand is within his hips. A lot of amateurs will have their hands out here, which means they're casting the club out and they're losing the lag too soon. Another cause of an out to in swing path. Steph holds that lag really, really nicely all the way into the downswing at this position with shaft parallel, which again is going to maximize club speed and really help ball flight go straight. Now, if we move into impact, one thing that is super clear and I love is you can see his hands are slightly ahead of the golf ball, which reduces dynamic loft, which is going to help distance. And his head is behind the golf ball. So he's using his body and the ground to efficiently deliver the club speed, to deliver the club with pretty good club speed, which is going to produce distance. And the hands ahead of the golf ball shows that he's not scooping the golf ball up. He's not losing distance to spin. He's reducing the dynamic lofted impact, which is really going to create a penetrating ball flight from here. And the last thing that you'll notice here is his left foot almost moves like a long driver's. What that tells us is that he is using the ground pretty darn effectively for some additional power. He's not just an upper body swinger. He's using his legs. Maybe it's his basketball background, his athleticism, but that left foot clearing is a sign that he's using the ground to deliver club speed, which you don't see a lot of amateurs able to do. So that's super, super impressive. And again, why he pound for pound is one of the furthest drivers out there within the amateur golfing world. He's able to hit some pretty far drives. So let's take a look at this swing in slow-mo, because it is a pretty swing when watched in succession. Nice tempo, great follow